Becky, you want to be a star, don't you?
You know the answer to that.
No, Becky, I don't. I'm beginning to think that what you really want deep in your heart is to be a dutiful little housewife back in Kingsley.
That's not true and you know it, David.
Do I?
David, I love Russ. I've told you that and I've told you that.
Until I'm sick of hearing it,
Oh.
yeah. Becky, how do you think I feel? I pull every string in the book to get you a break, and how do you react? You moan and groan because it means more time away from dear old sweet Russ.
That's not it. David, I'm grateful. Really, I
Yeah, well,
am.
you certainly don't show it.
I'm just afraid this club date's gonna be the last straw. I know exactly how Russ is gonna react to this.
Would you believe this? This is actually a mirror, and all this time I was thinking it was a panoramic view of the London fog. Well, what do you think?
Well, I liked it fine just the way it was.
Oh, not me. This place really, you know, it hadn't been cleaned for months.
Well, why the sudden burst of domesticity?
Well, I just got tired of living in a home for wayward dust balls.
Well, I think it's very sweet of you, and I appreciate it.
Do you know the kitchen floor is green, by the way, not brown. I found out the hard way. And you've got some real collector's items in the pantry there. A box of petrified cornflakes with a coupon on the back for Captain Midnight decoder rings.
Just what you've always wanted, I'm sure.
Well, do you know it expired in July 1955?
Yes, that's proof positive, I'd say, that there hasn't been much serious housekeeping here recently.
How's Miriam?
Well, she's feeling a lot better, but she wants to see you and doesn't understand why you haven't visited.
But Charles, I told you I went to visit her.
And I told you, she said you hadn't. Now, Nancy, she needs you, and I want you to go and see her.
All right, I'll go.
When?
Well, Charles, you know, I have all this cleaning to do. I mean, this place was really, you know, it was really a pit. And I just barely touched the surface. I don't know what I'll find
Nancy.
after I get going.
My daughter is more important than cleaning this house. Now, I want you to go see her.
Well, I said that I would.
Today.
All right, I'll try.
There.
I promise.
Thank you. That means a lot.
You know, with a little spit and polish and primping up, this place wouldn't be half bad. Actually, quite cozy, don't you think?
Yes, I do.
A little homier than the King's Arms.
Very much more.
All the comforts of home.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, you're gonna be late.
Oh, it's okay. I called Vicky. There's nothing going on that she can't handle for a while.
Well, you won't hear any complaints from this department.
You notice anything different?
What?
We are alone.
So let's make the most of it.
Hey, you remember when we were first married, how we used to always make excuses just to try and get Mama out of the house?
Those were the days you were shameless.
Oh, because I hid the mozzarella cheese the night Mama wanted to make lasagna?
And she had to go all the way across town to get the kind she likes.
Giving us a full hour to ourselves. I'm not in the planning and development business for nothing, lady.
Right. You planned and I started developing. But Mama was wonderful. You know, sometimes I can remember how she used to go out of her way to make sure we'd be alone.
I won't be back till 10 o'clock. You children have the house all to yourself. You behave yourself now, yeah?
And you remember how she used to rattle the screen door real loud just to make sure we hear her coming?
yeah. The way she used to flick the porch light on and off a couple of times for good measure.
Oh, boy, those were the days.
Yeah.
Young and in love.
I suppose that we're old and in love, is that it?
Well, we're in love, and we'll leave it at that. You do have a point there.
I never knew I made one.
About our being alone?
Oh, yeah. I guess all of this is sort of like our second honeymoon.
know, Gene, you know how I feel about Mama. I love her dearly. But sometimes I can't help but feel that maybe we'd be better off if it was just the three of us. You, me, and Jimmy. A family together.
Without Mom?
I know it's kind of hard to imagine, but you and I, it's like we're starting all over again. And I just feel sometimes that we should be, well, more on our own.
I know what you mean. I mean, here we are like teenagers, scheming and plotting just to get ourselves a little time together. But Mom's always been such a part of our lives, though.
No, and I wouldn't dream of hurting her, but I just want you to think about it, that's all. A place of our own. Something like this, I wouldn't care, just as long as I was with you.
A place with you all to myself, lady, I'll admit, does have a lot of possibilities.
Mom!
Gotcha! The great donut robbery.
Peter, you scared me to death. I didn't think anyone was home. I was just writing you and Mom a note.
Sounds like a pretty flimsy alibi to me.
I wanted to remind you two about dinner tonight.
Dinner? Tonight?
Our place, remember?
What is it this time? Your famous macaroni and eggplant casserole?
That was good. Everybody said so.
Yeah, good for heartburn. No, sorry, sis, I can't make it.
Peter, my cooking's not that bad.
I got a date. A big one. With Julie Sawyer.
What'd you promise her this time?
Hey, she's dying to go out with me. You know what you never realize, Lori? That I'm a ladies' man.
Well, do me a favor. Don't take any tips from your buddy Gil Prescott.
Gil,
When it comes to taking a hint, he's about as slow as they come.
what happened?
The other morning, he started making a play for me. Wedding ring and all.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. That guy must think he's really hot stuff.
I'll set him straight.
Peter, I appreciate your brotherly concern, but I can take care of myself.
The nerve of that guy. You know you're married?
I made that perfectly clear.
Well, don't worry. I'll take care of him. No problem.
Well, I'm glad you have a date with Julie Sawyer, but I'm sorry you can't make it for dinner.
Me too.
Oh, don't forget to tell Mom.
I won't.
It'll probably be just the two of us anyway.
What about Ben?
Maybe he feels the same way you do about my cooking. I don't know. The way he's been working lately, I hardly ever see him.
Lori, that's a doctor's life.
Yes, and I'm a doctor's wife. I know, and I understand.
Hey. I gotta run. See you later.
Bye. Yeah, I understand. I always understand.
I see you're looking at the old family album. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead, look at it. Jenny does all the time.
No wonder. Very cute kid.
She still is.
Must be nice. For her, I mean.
I mean, having a family and a mother and father who love her? Yes.
Some people get the break, some don't.
You know, you may not believe this, Jill, but I understand you. I mean, I know that you haven't had your fair share. You've been cheated.
I didn't say that.
Oh, right, and look at me. Mr. Tough. I don't need any love or any of that stuff.
Well, it's true. I survived. I'm here.
I talked to Beth. She wants to see you again.
I don't want to see her.
Jill, she only wants to love you. Give her a chance.
You just don't know what it's like. You've always had it so easy.
Oh, you think my life has been easy?
Well, it's right here in living color.
Well, let me tell you something. You're not the only one that's had hard knocks. But that does make it easy for you, doesn't it? I mean, that way you've always got someone or something to blame.
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm facing the facts.
Jill, you're not facing any facts at all. You know, you look at this album and you conjure up some idea of what the ideal family life should be like. The family life you never had. Well, before you go getting too depressed, let me set you straight on something. Every family has its ups and downs. Look at this. Look at this picture of Jenny. The day that picture was taken, I was so drunk that I passed out completely. I don't even remember what happened.
So you're an alcoholic?
Thanks to the Lord, a reformed alcoholic.
My dad was a drunk.
Just like me. With God's grace. Without that, I'd be a drunk still.
Terry.
Well, hi, Alex.
You look rather contented today.
Well, I told you this job agreed with me.
The job or your business lunches?
What is that supposed to mean, Alex?
Only that I've been wondering why, after all these months of asking you out to lunch, you...
Alex, please. I would really rather not discuss this right now. I thought we talked about this yesterday.
Of course, no time for small talk. Only time for lunches with eligible bachelors.
It was a business lunch, Alex. Look, I like Jason. He's a nice person. And even so, working with him on planning the new wing is part of my job responsibilities.
Yeah, but I just thought that you and Jason would conduct your business at the hospital and not at lunch.
Alex, you are the one who encouraged me to get out of the hospital. And when I do, you persecute me. Now, you are the one person I wouldn't have expected this from.
Terry, I'm not persecuting you. I was just surprised and concerned to see you with him.
Well, again, I appreciate your concern. I really do. But I don't think we should discuss this any further. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of work to do this morning.
Yeah. But, Terry...
Hey, Peter. Hi. How's it going? Okay, I got these reports done you wanted.
Oh, the requisitions for requisitions for requisitions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I talk to you about
good.
something?
Looks real good. And I told my father what a great job you've been doing, so... You know.
Well, thank you. I'd really like to talk to you about something that's kind of a personal thing.
Sure. Shoot.
Dude, I really don't know how to start.
Is that an application for a scholarship?
Oh, it's nothing.
Hey, you know, Prescott Corporation offers a scholarship.
No, I didn't know that.
Gosh, I should have thought of that before. You know, and you'd be perfect for it.
Well, that isn't exactly what I want to talk to you
I'm
about.
sure you'd qualify, too. I mean, I could find out from my father exactly what they're looking for.
I wouldn't want any special treatment or anything.
Oh, no, I'd be discreet. I promise. Wouldn't even mention your name. Would be nice to know what the qualifications are, though.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a partial scholarship. Take care of the first 2 years.
Really? That much?
Might as well shoot for it, huh?
Well, you don't have to be a star to get it or anything?
Well, in your case, they might pay a little extra not to play basketball.
Thanks a lot.
Just kidding. But I will find out about that, okay?
Okay. Gil, about the thing I was saying earlier about my sister, my married sister, Lori.
Yeah, where'd you ever get a gorgeous sister like that? Huh?
Well, she's married.
Yeah, she told me. Very pretty lady. My compliments. I'll find out about that scholarship, okay?
Okay.
See you later.
Later. $2 years.
You sure you worked out all the details?
You signed the contract, didn't you?
I know, but sometimes things change.
Becky, you're lined up for at least 3 weeks. It's settled. Now, what seems to be your problem? You've been bugging me about this for 2 days.
It's just I hate having to tell Russ.
Come on, we're gonna go through all this again.
David, I'm sorry.
Becky, you want to be a star, don't you?
You know the answer to that.
No, Becky, I don't. I'm beginning to think that what you really want deep in your heart is to be a dutiful little housewife back in Kingsley.
That's not true, and you know it, David.
Do I?
David, I love Russ. I've told you that, and I've told you that.
Until I'm sick of hearing it,
Whoa.
yeah. Becky, how do you think I feel? I pull every string in the book to get you a break, and how do you react? You moan and groan because it means more time away from dear old sweet Russ.
That's not it. David, I'm grateful. Really, I
Yeah, well,
am,
you
but
certainly don't show it.
I just know this is going to be the final straw. I know exactly how Russ is going to react
Well,
to this.
Becky, you might as well face the final conflict.
Sometimes I think you worked up this whole gig just so I would lose him, definitely.
Listen, you know as well as I do, I'll grab any opportunity that comes along. If this just happens to do the trick with Russ, so much the better.
I don't want to lose him.
Becky, you lost Russ a long time ago. All that's left now is some charade. You guys pretending to be married. Call him. Tell him you've committed to a contract. I hope he does think it's the last straw.
What I told you last week, you've had some time to think it over.
Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about it a lot.
Well, all I want to say is I hope you understand why I did what I did.
You didn't want some kid around to ruin your career, right?
Jill, you don't know how hard that decision was.
I know how hard it was on me. If I'd done the same thing, everybody would have called me a selfish, rotten little punk. You do it and it's a wise career choice. Either way, it's selfish.
I made a mistake. I am sorry. It was the biggest mistake of my life.
You can't do anything about it now.
I can't go back and change things, but the future is ours. At least it can be.
After 18 years, you want to be my mother? I don't need a mother now. I don't want one now.
Jill, all I want is to love you.
I don't need anybody's love, especially not yours.
I think you do, Jill. If you didn't, you wouldn't be fighting it so much.
I wish everybody would just quit trying to tell me how I feel.
We all need to care for someone. We all need someone to care. It's human nature.
I don't. I don't need anybody.
I never realized how deep your hurt was, Jill. I can feel it.
You should.
Look, I want to make it up to you, Jill. Somehow you've got to help me try. I'm your mother.
I'll let you know about motherhood.
Jill, please, I am trying.
I don't care what you do. You can't be my mother. You gave up the right to that 18 years ago. Don't you see? I feel nothing for you. I never will.
Get ready for World War III.
Yeah, well, there's no time like the present.
Russ?
Hey, honey, hi. What's up?
Nothing much, really. Russ, I love you very much.
What kind of setup is that?
No, really. But I have some kind of bad news. It's good news, really, but it's kind of bad for us. I got a club date here in New York, 3-week minimum. It's at a place called the Grotto, and Cohen says it's really hot. It's where all the music industry people hang out, and the exposure's terrific, hon. Russ, are you there?
Yeah. You know something? I think that's great. I mean, really great. I'm really happy for you.
I'm gonna miss you.
Me too, but I know how important this is to your career.
You're not mad at me?
Should I be?
No, but every...
Come on. I know that I haven't been this understanding in the past, but people do change, you know? Besides, I got plenty here to keep me busy.
Oh, Russ, I appreciate this. You don't know what this means to me.
Yeah, well, you just go out and enjoy yourself. But not too much, huh?
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Bye.
Jill, I am so sorry.
What can I say? How can I make you understand? It's too late. 18 years too late.
We could try.
What for?
Jill, I can't tell you how sorry. Your hurt runs so deep, Jill. I love you.